The scene opens with a lighthearted exchange between two young boys, JR and Jacob, who are caught in a moment of banter about their ages. JR initially stumbles over his age, finally admitting he is 14. The backdrop is an indoor amusement park where the families have gathered for a day of fun. This playful environment is filled with laughter and excitement, typical of children enjoying an outing. However, beneath this joyous atmosphere lies the potential for conflict, highlighted as the boys reminisce about their day. The playful interactions serve as a prelude to the tension that is about to unfold, emphasizing the innocence of childhood friendships, yet foreshadowing the mishap that leads to the courtroom drama. The scene invites viewers to relate to the universal experience of youthful exuberance, paired with the unpredictability of play, where a seemingly innocent moment can take an unexpected turn. As the boys recount the details of their basketball game, it becomes evident that their playful antics are tinged with rivalry. JR recalls throwing the basketball toward Jacob, accidentally striking him in the head. This incident, portrayed with both humor and a sense of impending trouble, captures the essence of how children's play can rapidly shift from fun to conflict. The narrator emphasizes Jacob's growing frustration as he endures several playful hits, illustrating the tipping point of their game. The atmosphere changes as Jacob expresses his discomfort through repeated requests for JR to stop, capturing the moment children test the boundaries of acceptable behavior. This pivotal moment illustrates the theme of childhood innocence, clashing with the emerging complexities of social interactions, underscoring how quickly lighthearted play can escalate into a situation requiring more serious attention. The atmosphere shifts dramatically when JR, unable to tolerate Jacob's relentless teasing any longer, chooses to kick Jacob in the stomach as a response to the ongoing annoyance. This act, while impulsive and regrettable, highlights the emotion-driven decision-making typical of youth. The narrator delves into JR's internal conflict, explaining that he did not initially intend to hurt his friend, but acted out of frustration in what he perceived as self-defense. This moment is marked by heightened emotions, leading to Jacob's immediate reaction of distress, thus introducing a stark contrast between the playful games they were engaged in moments before and the harsh reality of their actions. The tension underscores the unpredictability of childhood interactions, offering a poignant lesson about managing emotions and the importance of handling conflicts in more constructive ways. Following the kick, Jacob exhibits visible distress, crying on the ground, which prompts a sense of urgency from those around him. The narrator describes how this moment escalates into a serious incident, drawing attention not only from the boys' families, but also from other park attendees. Jacob's mother, Priscilla, becomes a central figure at this point, rushing to his side and instinctively calling for medical help. Her protective instincts reflect the natural response of a parent in distress, emphasizing the sense of care and concern in an unexpected situation. This moment introduces a crucial turning point in the narrative, setting the stage for the subsequent courtroom proceedings. The emotional weight carried by both boys and their families is palpable, illustrating how quickly a day of fun can spiral into a situation that demands more serious reflection and response. In a poignant revelation, Priscilla recalls that during the ambulance's arrival, Jacob was initially resistant to being taken to the hospital. The narrator emphasizes her perspective, portraying the typical behavior of children who often underestimate their injuries and dismiss the need for medical attention. Priscilla recounts her insistence that Jacob should be evaluated medically, emphasizing the wisdom parents possess when faced with their children's bravado. This moment sheds light on the critical role of parental judgment in protecting children, revealing how easily childlike confidence can mask genuine risks. The scene illustrates a common scenario in parenting, balancing a child's desire to play with the necessity of ensuring their safety. It highlights the challenges parents face in making decisions that prioritize their children's well-being, paving the way for discussions about responsibility and care when accidents happen. As the courtroom drama unfolds, the central issue surfaces: the ambulance bill stemming from Jacob's trip to the hospital. Priscilla, in her testimony, expresses her desire for the other party to share the financial responsibility. The narrator highlights the complexity of emotions involved in this legal dispute, as it relates to the idea of fairness and accountability between families. Priscilla's willingness to cover half of the bill reflects a thoughtful approach to the situation, acknowledging that accidents can occur during play, but also indicating that both boys share some responsibility. This moment perfectly encapsulates the moral complexity inherent in such disputes, forcing the audience to consider broader themes of shared responsibility and the myriad ways that childhood accidents can lead to significant repercussions. The judge enters the discussion, asserting that while accidents can happen, every party holds some degree of accountability. The narrator captures the judge's role as a mediator, highlighting how legal perspectives can intertwine with familial concerns. The judge articulates that, despite the playful nature of the boys' interaction, the actions have been deemed serious enough to warrant both attention and responsibility. This dialogue escalates the tension in the courtroom, illustrating the difficult path of navigating legal judgments while recognizing the innocence of childhood. The judge's comments also stress the importance of learning from such incidents, aiming to instill a sense of accountability in both boys, a valuable lesson about the consequences of their actions beyond just the immediate physical encounter. The dialogue expands to include discussions about the emergency services role in ensuring Jacob's safety. The narrator emphasizes how vital it is for institutions to take accidents seriously, particularly when a child is concerned. It showcases an understanding that while children may feign a return to normalcy, it's often essential to err on the side of caution. Jacob's mother agrees with this sentiment, reflecting her experience with the paramedics who insisted on taking Jacob to the hospital for an examination. This narrative reality brings to light the crucial aspects of health and safety when it comes to emergencies involving children, reinforcing the theme prevalent throughout the episode of how communities need to support the thoughtful care that oversees children's well-being. As the judge deliberates the outcome of the case, they arrive at a conclusion about the ambulance costs, determining a fair compromise. The narrator portrays this moment as one of resolution, illustrating the judge's calculation of shared responsibility, with each family covering half of the bill. The audience witnesses the emotional sighs of relief as the tension in the courtroom eases slightly. The split charge reflects a collective understanding that while the situation arose from playful antics, both boys contributed to the incident's escalation, and therefore should equally bear the financial burden it incurred. The decision symbolizes a significant turning point, emphasizing the lessons learned by not only the boys, but also the families involved, a reminder that empathy and understanding go hand in hand with accountability. As the proceedings conclude, the final remarks from the judge serve as educational lessons for both boys, emphasizing the importance of conflict resolution without resorting to violence. The narrator describes the judge's pointed advice that urges both JR and Jacob to reflect on their actions and consider walking away from confrontations instead of reacting impulsively. This moment encapsulates the essence of the video as a cautionary tale that teaches valuable lessons about personal responsibility, managing emotions, and the inherent consequences tied to violent behavior, even in the context of a childhood dispute. The courtroom drama fades, and both boys leave with a newfound understanding of how their actions affect not just themselves, but also those around them, leaving viewers with a reflective message about the importance of peace and communication in friendships.